gentlemen, how do you like my new war machine? For those of you, I'm going to try not to shake. I'm sorry, Mariah's not up here and I want to get a video done real quick. Those of you who've been with us for a long time know that I've had this Gravely, or this piece of machinery sitting around, and intermittently trying to get it running and intermittently failing. Well, I still haven't got that one running, but I bought a new one, a better one. And it was only $500. It was a great deal. If you don't know what a Gravely is and why I'm going to use it as a war machine, because this is a war machine. It is an implement of battle for us, for me. A Gravely is called a two-wheel tractor, and there were a bunch of different varieties of them back in the day. The Gravely's, the David Bradley's. There was, well, there was a bunch of them. And they tended to have regional appeal. The David Bradley's, I think, and the Gravely's, my understanding is those were the most highly thought of ones. The problem with this one was that when it was new, somebody stepped on a duck. When it was new, it costed the same as a car did at the time. You could buy a car, you could buy a Gravely. But not many of those cars that you could have bought back then are still running. And these stinking things you can't kill them. They're amazing. Let me show you this. Well, you get to the war side of things. Our best bet at saving our freedoms is to tank the system, not participate economically, so that there's massive amounts of money that and then power, money and power that the evil people want to control. Let's just get rid of it. You know, and if there's not this massive wealth and this massive power, then there's not going to be an incentive for it. Well, not much of an incentive. We have to remember there's a spiritual component to what's going on, and our spiritual enemy just wants to kill, steal, and destroy no matter what. But still, it would make it easier on all of us if there wasn't all this money sloshing around all over the place. And one of the ways we can do that is by living simple lives where we recycle and upcycle and maintain, and we don't run out and buy, you know, new pieces of Chinese plastic every time. And by the way, I'm very bad about this. I'm not wagging my fingers at anybody. You know, the old saying, you point one finger, there's three pointing back at, you know, there's three pointing back at me. I love me some Home Depot. I love steel chainsaws and all of it. And I'd love to have a new Ford truck one day, and a Mustang, and more land than I know what to do with. All of it. I'm as guilty as anybody, probably more so. But with things like this, we can stick a finger in the eye of the system. Not only have we bought something old that we're going to try to maintain and keep going, we're using it to live a simple life, to grow our food, to as much as possible not interact with the evil, oppressive, tyrannical system that we all are a part of. Let me show you the war machine. We're getting too serious. Okay, so I am not an expert on these machines, so anything I say is suspect. I read about them, you know. About the only thing I do on Facebook anymore is the Gravely groups and the marketplace where I found this one at. In fact, those of you who follow our Facebook page know it hasn't been updated in quite some time. In fact, since they kicked my president off. So this is the Super Convertible. The serial number was scratched off at some point. I'm hoping that's not due to nefarious purposes, but it may be. It has the dual wheels, which you know, the men in the know tell you need. That was looking bad in there. For the plowing and the tilling. And then these things, big trick. Well, this one also has the extra gears. It's got this is called the 8-speed, sort of. Because you got a high-low there, you got a high-low here, you got forward reverse here, so you can go like super low or super high. Yeah, anyway. This is the machine. It's got the electric start. This is a desirable machine. But their big trick is that they have all these implements you can swap out on the front of them. Right now I've got the cultivator on here. They say it's not a tiller. It's doing pretty good though. This is the first time I've really used it. So you can see that dirt. That all looks like that. And we just plowed it with one of those deep double plows and left it. And it's doing okay. Taking a couple passes. There's some I missed. So those deep furrows are giving it a little bit of trouble. Once I get the furrows down and come over for another pass, it does all right. You can see the garden. This year we're gonna leave the top part fallow and try to open up that bottom part to a certain extent. But these things had all kinds of crazy attachments you can put on the front. There is a, I'm not kidding, there's a backhoe attachment that machine pulls into, and it has a seat come over the top of the hood and outriggers, and there's a backhoe. They're rare as hen's teeth. Many of these attachments are rare as hen's teeth, but they're out there. I gotta figure out what that's for. I think it might just be for the rotary plow, but I don't know. I need to talk to men who know how to do things better than I do. Let's see, there was a giant chainsaw attachment. There was a wood splitter attachment, but a screw type splitter attachment, not a hydraulic type, what we think of. This is the area I'm going to try to open up this year. You can see where we stopped, and I want to come down to about right here. Okay, so they got that cultivator, and then I just picked up these today from the same guy I bought that from. This is a homemade, I'm not sure what its intentions are. I think it's maybe like a root rake or something, or maybe it's for busting virgin soil. I don't know. I'm gonna try it down here and see what happens. Some people call this a dozer blade, some call it a snow plow. I will be using it as a dozer blade though. And then my understanding is this is kind of a sought after tool. This is called a tool holder, and you can like adjust it and put these different implements on it. And I'll have to try to figure it out. It looks like its adjusting days are probably long gone, but who knows. And then obviously there's lawnmower attachments. And the most important part of any homestead, the trash pile. Especially if you're engaging in economic warfare, trash piles are important. So these are called sulkies, and they just pull behind. That was sold to me as a bush hog, and maybe it is. That's a big old stinking blade. I was told that the two-sided ones were finish mowers, and the one-sided one, which is down there on my other one, were the bush hogs. And there's another sulky. And then this is a rotary plow. That gearbox I've got on the front right now, the cultivator comes out of that, and this slides up in there. And supposedly does a really nice furrow. A new war machine for my economic warfare and my stealth campaign against the system. I would like to keep finding more implements though. The holy grail for me, obviously that backhoe attachment would be a lot of fun. But there's a, what do they call it, utility scoop, and it looks a little bit like a front end loader, and it doesn't raise or lower, but it's got you can tip it, then run it into something, pull it back, lock it, and you can move, wood chips. That's the main thing I want to use it for right now. But sand, I think I've seen guys do gravel with it. I saw a video of a guy on YouTube using it to scoop out this old driveway. Like the asphalt was already up, but there was all this gravel and whatnot underneath there, and he was using that utility scoop to get all that up, and he'd run it up in the back of a pickup and dump it. It was pretty cool. So I really want to find one of those utility scoops. And then I need to find some men who are smarter about these things than I am, which shouldn't be hard because I'm not very smart about anything. And I need to learn how to use them correctly so this thing will last me for a very long time. And we will grow a lot of food with it. Alright, man. We appreciate you. Sorry this didn't get out on Friday. I actually ended up working Friday, so got home a little late. And of course we don't do anything on the Sabbath, so this one will go up tonight, and y'all will see it when you see it. Appreciate you, man.